Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the second preview for the Legacy of Romulus content that will be coming out in Star Trek Online later this month, May 21st. We were lucky enough to get invited to the closed beta test, so as I had stated in the last video, we're kind of getting there. We're able to check out some of the content that will be coming out early. So this time we're going to be checking out the space content. I cannot tell you how happy I am that our journey leads us to a bird of prey to start out with. The iconic bird of prey from the original series. It's amazing. I love it. So we are coming up. I've jumped ahead a bit because like I said, I didn't want to give away a lot of the story, but I did want to point out a few things that have changed as far as combat goes or have been added. So we're going to start a few missions in after we join the kind of the splinter group from the Romulans. Now they're kind of two groups. There's the Tal Shiar and well, what they're considering the new Romulans, where the Remans and the Romulans have kind of gotten together. We got a glimpse of that in the feature episodes, or a feature series that had come out. I believe it was season 7 or just prior to season 7, and so this is all prequel material leading up to that. So we're finding more colonies to try to join our cause to form a new Romulan homeworld. So we're going to jump in here pretty quick. I just want to point out again the new UI, which looks amazing, and we'll get started with this. Okay, so here we are. We're warping into the area. There's actually been several things that have actually changed. As I shut up for a second there. One of the biggest things is that they've added the voiceover work, or at least some of the voiceover work. The other big deal is they've retextured a ton of stuff. They said they retextured everything. I think that maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but they have textured a lot of stuff. So let's get going here.
We're under attack.
Alright, they are under attack. So, a couple things. I haven't had a chance to change stuff, so let me change stuff around a little bit. Okay, for some reason I'm not able to rearrange my HUD, so there's some stuff in the way. As you can see, one of the things that was pointed out in a live stream with Brand Flakes is the fact that icons are going to be color-coded according to what department they're using. So tactical and science is what I've got so far. Usually I'd have this moved around and I'd have these changed up a bit. Here we go. Check this out. Favorite part of the game right here is the new explosion animations for the Romulan ships. And we're going to check that out a little bit more here in a minute. But as you can see, one of the new mechanics with Legacy Romulus is the warp cores and quantum singularities, which if you didn't know already, basically the Federation, the Klingons use warp cores, and the Romulans use basically artificial black holes for their power systems. So that's a new slot, which is added right here. Federation characters will have a warp core, and basically they have different ratings, different rarities that give you different bonuses. But with the Romulans, the singularity adds this icon right here, which is your singularity power. As you go into combat, as you do different things, you'll build up different levels or different powers of that, and you can unleash that on enemies as you see fit. Right now, I've got a plasma shockwave. Later on, you get one that helps you absorb damage a little bit better, helps your shields. Usually I've got that kind of dragged out of the way, but for some reason it's a little bugged out. It's not letting me. So let's go in and get these guys, help these guys out. The greatest thing about the Romulans is they do have Battle Cloak, which we're going to engage right now. And basically allowed us to sneak up on ships, and when you do decloak an attack, you've got 5 seconds where your damage is a little bit greater. So, and you have a little bit better turn rate, etc. So it's a good idea to use that to your advantage. So we're going to get a little bit closer here. to those light warbirds. I'm gonna get my high yield torpedo ready. And there we go. And you can see the new, my favorite part of the new content is when a Romulan ship explodes, their singularity will basically collapse, which causes the ship to actually be shrunk down. It actually will grab the ship. You can't see it with these smaller guys, but will actually shrink them, collapse them down into basically a miniature black hole, and then it'll explode. So let's go up and get this Warbird. You're going to see it better there. So we're going to go to Battle Cloak again and sneak up to him. You can see if you don't use that power, it does degrade over time, so you need to try to stay in combat if you don't use it. Get up a bit closer. Got a couple of good ships. Got a couple of good hits in there. There we go. You can really see that get crunched down right there. That is amazing. I absolutely love it. They've also kind of enhance the explosions for the regular ships too, so I can't say enough how much I absolutely love that.
We need your help.
I'm gonna skip through this because you can see all this stuff yourself, because that's kind of story related. I don't really want to give it away. I cannot stress enough how heavy on the story that this new content is. And I've talked to other players in the forums and chats and the developer live stream, and it's very, very highly positive feedback that they're getting from the fans that the story and basically the expansion pack in general is probably some of the greatest work that's come out of Cryptic for this series period. So very happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this this mission out, and then what we'll do is we'll go check out the flotilla, and we'll check out the interior of the ship, because those are again probably a tie for my most favorite stuff added to the game. You know, it occurred to me that I don't really have to finish that mission, so I jumped out of it. So it's actually really only been a couple minutes. But what we're going to do is we're going to go check out the Romulus flotilla. A little bit of a spoiler here is the fact that it's still Dewa 3 system. It's not New Romulus yet, because we're doing the prequel content at this point in the Romulan storyline. So right now the Romulan Fleet is based on this flotilla, so that's kind of our base. So we're going to check that out. But first, so I'm going to drop out of the warp there. Let's check out the inside of our ship. Alright guys, here we are on our bridge. For the Warbird, you can see the various consoles, and again our bridge officers are here. Our captain chair there, view screen. You can access your duty officers there. Captain's ready room is here. The absolute coolest thing, one of two cool things here is, if you look at the desk, as you approach the desk, your consoles pop up. And from there you can access your library, your DOF stuff when you get them. I'm not high enough to get my DOF stuff yet, but eventually you'll be able to, just like your regular captain's quarters in your Federation or Klingon characters. A nice little terrarium there. Ship models. Your fleet or your account bank can be accessed there. But again, I would like to point out, I'm going to step over here. Console goes away. Consoles reappear. Absolutely love it. I sincerely hope that they do more of that kind of stuff. So let's take the turbo lift and check out the other decks. We've got an engineering and a main level, so let's go to the main level first. So this is the main level of the Warbird. Over here we've got the sick bay. Looks like some crew is already being treated. The Chief Medical Officer's office here. Got sick bay. Beds there. Got a scanner of some sort, like an MRI type thing it looks like. So that's sick bay. Got a hydroponics lab it looks like maybe. Got that crazy looking whatever thingamajiggers, scuba orbiters, scuba inhibitors, whatever they are. This is the captain's quarters. This is all yours. We've got the bed and a little bit more private area there. This knack for running into like corners and getting stuck there. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but it's weird nonetheless. Here is the lounge. Romulan ale served on tap, however they do it. Great view out from here. I'm terribly afraid of heights, and for some reason that view actually makes me feel a little weird, so let me get out of here. So that's the main deck. Engineering deck is right here. Here is the absolute coolest thing I believe that I've seen on any ship, is the engineering. There is the Romulan singularity core that serves as the engine and source of power. There is a bug where you can fall down these, so I'm not going to get too close, but that is the Romulan version of the engine core. It reminds me very much of Event Horizon, and actually I heard somebody in a live stream today mention that. One of my, I wouldn't call it a favorite movie, but I did enjoy a lot. It's like the greatest Clive Barker movie that he never made. Check out our movie podcast for more references like that. Anyway, so here's the engineering section. It's fairly large. That singularity core is completely awesome. I'm not exactly sure. I would love to have been able to record the look on my face when I actually walked on this for the first time. Yeah, it was it made me very happy. I was a happy camper when I walked in there. Here's the transporter room. This is also the room where you can get into your shuttle or small craft when you want to. And the other one thing that I kind of want to point out too, if I can get out here in the light, is I am wearing the Riemann Nemesis top, which is basically like the Riemann Shinzon's uniform in Nemesis. And apparently they don't have the entire outfit in Yeah, but they're adding it, and I'm gonna assume, this is me assuming, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a C-store item. Brandflakes did say on the live stream that there were gonna be several additions of not only ships but costumes, etc. So we're gonna go to the flotilla now, wrap this thing up, and this is where you transport onto when you go to the flotilla. You see a little dive move. I don't know what was going on there. You need to start screaming serpentine, I guess, and run in crazy directions. But here is the transporter room for the main Warbird, the flagship. Very long hallway there. But this is basically the shipyard in the Earth space dock. But this is where you can claim your new ships. You can select your ship. You can do the ship tailor there to customize. You've got console, equipment, and weapon, whatever. EC vendor there. This is the ground logistics area. We've got the BOF training, BOF buying vendor there. BOF being bridge officers. Your tailor is there. You've got another vendor, EC ground equipment vendor. That's the commodities, that's the equipment. Not sure how I feel about them having weapons just laying all over the place, but that's alright, I guess. Oh, he's wearing that same thing. So here's the observation port where you will, or observation deck. It's got the bank and the mail terminals here. You do have some important conversations on this deck sometimes during your story. But yeah, get a great view there. Kind of just a nice little loungy area. Mail and bank again. Here's the other, this is basically the ops level, or administration level. This is where you get most of your missions for the storyline, if you don't use your communicator. But that's kind of, it's kind of the last area there, guys. Hopefully I touched on most or the majority of, I guess most of the majority is the same thing. But I hope I covered just about everything that they've added. I didn't really want to, as I said, give away any of the story because it is story-centric. This, I am so incredibly excited to see the rest of this. They only allowed us basically the first 21 levels of content in the story. You do start out as a civilian, and you enter the military at some point in the Romulan faction, and then about level 10 or 11 or so, you do pick to ally yourself with either the Federation or the Klingon Defense Force. However, you do have your own storyline that goes all the way to level 50 or 51. At the same time, having access to that alliance's storylines as well, I believe. The nice thing about this is you do get your own Romulan ships, you get your own Romulan equipment, and you have access to the alliance of your choosing, Federation or Klingon equipment, ships, etc., as you work your way up. So I do think that's kind of cool. It would be really cool to see a Romulan starbase, etc., and they have indicated at some point that they're perfectly willing to entertain that idea. But at this point, apparently it was good enough to basically work it that way. So Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really seriously, I hear this is going to go to open beta within the next couple of weeks, I guess. It does launch on May 21st, so maybe they might have maybe a tribble testing weekend, like they usually do before main updates or major updates. So definitely keep an eye on that. Uh, Download, patch up everything on May 21st. Give this a shot. But seriously, I think the majority, if not all the people, are really going to enjoy this. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. If there's any other stuff you would like to see us cover, send us a PM or an email, or like, subscribe, and comment on the videos, and we'll see what we can do. I know Neverwinter went into open beta last weekend, or this last weekend, and I think Pink and I are going to give that a go and maybe stream some of that stuff. So, but for now, it's all about Star Trek, and I am completely loving it. They have done an amazing job. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, be well, and see you next time.